Hmm.
Is concerning, and that's why I am concerned, especially with former President Trump, whether you hate him or like him, that I feel that the case in New York should have never been brought up because he was the former president of the United States, and a lot of people on both sides agree that this case, especially that case in New York, should have never been brought up because I think for to bring those kind of allegation or cases against a former president, it's about not respecting the office of the presidency, but also the people that you're gonna have half the country feeling that the man they want in office is being persecuted. Whether he was guilty or not, it has to be something like he killed somebody or that he betrayed the country somehow. But these kind of cases doesn't seem to be strong enough to put a former president through court, especially when the same district attorney decided that he couldn't bring that case against him 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and then he brought it. What do you think about that? I mean, these are tough questions. I know these are dealing with a lot of major issues nowadays, but that's why we got to speak up. That's why we got to share our own opinions to hear everybody's point of view, so people know. Oh, I'm not the only one thinking this way. Oh, I got to listen to the other side because I'm not getting what he's saying. But let me see if I'm missing something.
Hmm.
Chief, Luis, what do you say?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's just it's a sad situation in the sense of how much time, effort, money, people's time that I think that could have been done differently, on that type of a trial, that was done for him. Uh, I mean, there's got to be better ways. I mean, it looked like there was nothing else in the news, so you got to put it out there. Convictions, toward the president and making us look bad. But I mean, that's the way it goes, and you got to move forward, and just that's already the cards will fall the way they're going to fall. That's
Right.
something I always said that, I mean, there's nothing we can do because you're already in it, and that's what's going to happen. Now, if it got to the point that there was, conviction, well, I mean, what's the next stage, or the what was brought up wasn't even worth it, for the time that was there. I mean,
Hmm.
we look at it and goes, man, what a waste of time. But I mean, we got to keep on going and just find out what's the best way to when something like that happens to a president. There's got to be other ways to acknowledge what's right and what's wrong.
And I think that's why it's so sensitive what happened last Saturday because whether they right or wrong, half the country have felt that Trump was persecuted politically. Like if he was not a candidate for this 2024 election, he
Hmm.
was that case would never be brought up. The secret the secret document case probably would never been brought up, and it's kind of and then what happened with the Russian investigation for 3 years that then we find out it wasn't real and actually Hillary Clinton had to pay $108,000 for being the culprit for making that up, but nobody that doesn't that didn't even make any noise. So I think, do you think people have a legitimate concern about political persecution of Donald Trump? Am I missing something? Am I not looking at it right?
No, you're not missing anything. The thing with politics is that politics has no rules. There's no rules in politics. There's not a book on how politics should be run. I'm just saying. There is literally what are the rules of conduct for politicians? As you can see, the persecution, and it's not just Trump and it's not just Biden, it's for every president. Because what I think that I'm seeing is character assassination. Please forgive the word. I mean, they're just trying to discredit a person that's looking for the office of the presidency. And the way you do that is that you find anything that you can that's negative about that person, and they can bring it to light, which shows the whole American public, this person is not worthy to be president because he did this, 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 and that. Whether it's laundering money, uh, you know, um, cheat on your spouse, whatever the case may be, any dirt that they can find, and this is what they'll use to discredit any person that's going for the presidency. It doesn't matter who it is. So I don't know if there's any ethical standards when it comes down to politicians, especially when people are trying to go for that position. But I, I, if there's no rule book, then anything goes. It seems
It's
like,
a free for all. I
yeah,
mean,
it's a
and
free for
it
all.
goes from the top of the presidential to the government to the governor to the city council guy. I mean,
Right,
anybody's running for somebody for something, they're gonna slander and throw stuff out there that is just uncalled for.
right.
Supreme Justice Kavanaugh from 37 years back. Not that he raped somebody, not even the allegation was not even that he raped her. It was that he tried to when he was 17 years old.
Mm.
I mean, those kind of things make you feel like, is it political? Is it? I mean, politics is getting very dirty, but the thing is that it has consequences in ourselves. It creates a lot of anxiety in ourselves, and it's very hard to shield your own children from all of this when the social media. I think social media has a lot to do with it because a lot of people are coming up with this thing. There's no absolute truth. It's only relative. If you think it's true, it might be true for you. It might not be true for me. But I believe that if something is black, it's black. I believe if something is white, it's white. And when
Mhm.
we think that we have our own truth and you have your own truth, I think that could take us someplace that we may not want to be.